International aid agencies have said that the Ramadan truce in Yemen has significantly facilitated their work on the ground. They added that now with the ceasefire, they have been able to deliver food and shelter to new areas which were difficult to be reached out before. The following report has more details on this.
The truce brokered between coalition and Houthis has opened up a window of opportunity for aid groups to counter the war-induced famine that has been tormenting a large part of its population, taking a particularly great toll on children. With malnutrition ravaging children projected to worsen if fighting returns or humanitarian funding doesn't pick up, the humanitarian aid groups don't decelerate their efforts. Representing the World Food Programme, an organization which has been exerting itself to feed half of Yemen's population, in which tens of millions of people in Yemen are living hand to mouth. UN pre-ceasefire estimates show that as many as 2.2 million children under 5 will suffer acute malnutrition this year. A total of 538,000 of them will be severely malnourished. The situation is expected to worsen, as shown by the UN's March data. Between June and December, those unable to secure minimum nutrition will hit a new high of 19 million, up from 17.4 million currently, whereas the number facing famine-like conditions could soar from 31,000 to 161,000 people. The UN's Integrated Food Security Phase Classification Analysis said. But the 2-month truce stricken between the two warring forces on April 2 brings some hope for the time being. As reported by Reuters, UN Yemen envoy Hans Grunberg said it resulted in a significant reduction of violence and civilian casualties. It is also the first nationwide ceasefire of hostilities since 2016, one that includes a halt to offensive military operations and allows fuel imports into areas controlled by the Houthi tribe. Also, some commercial flights have been able to operate from the Houthi-held Sana'a. For instance, Yemen Airways this week said it would commence, as of Sunday, operating return flights between Sana'a and Jordan's capital Amman. The ceasefire has also allowed the WFP and commercial partners to increase milling and distribution work. The truce is good for Yemen, but it's also good for the humanitarian operations that are so desperately needed to get up and running. And it also went on to add the WFP operations, which are 60 to 75 days behind schedule due to a previous escalation in fighting. But if peace doesn't bring an economic revival to Yemen, at least 80% of the country will remain powerless to fare on its own and thus reliant on humanitarian assistance.